What's good, people? It's your boy, Icarus Gray. And this is Gray Area Anime. And I am back with another episode.
Yes.
For you fine people.
Yes.
And in the building is the executive producer, Prima Diva.
Hey everybody, how's it going? It's been a while.
She been gone.
But yeah, I'm happy to be back. Happy that we're finally doing this
Yep,
after so long.
Welcome back.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Let's do it.
We're doing the thing.
We're doing the thing. The thing is happening.
So anyway. So because this is new, there's a couple new things that we must do. First is mention we're live on Twitch.
Yay!
I told you guys we'd be live streaming. And if you would like to follow us, majority of the episodes that we post will be live on Twitch. So you can catch us while we're doing the episodes. So come to twitch.tv/Icarus_Gray.
Yes.
Indeed. And it'll also be on YouTube. So we'd like for you to like, comment, and subscribe. And be sure to hit the bell notification so that way you can get notified for all of the new videos that we post over on Gray Area Anime, with a lot more content soon to come, including music, because I'll be working on an album.
Which I'm really excited about. I'm actually very much anticipating.
So yeah, so I'm doing that, doing a whole lot of things. We're growing over here. Shout out to the chat or the iGraymen. I'm working on
the what?
The iGrayman. You know, like D Gray Man. You never watched or?
Yeah. Nope, lost on me. But hopefully, you guys dig it.
Anyway, it's a work in progress. Shout out to Cheddar. What's poppin', my guy? But yeah, so we are here to do an episode on.
Yeah, you wish.
Not ReZero, but life in another world. Mm-hmm. I'm so glad that you weren't able to follow where I was going.
No, I knew where you were going.
Ruined it.
And I stopped myself from ruining it. See, those of you who have listened to the podcast already know that I have a history of ruining Icarus's joke. But I refrained. I'm proud of myself. And I hope you are too.
Loud.
I am?
You know, there's like, just a little.
Oh, it's the theater kid in me, man.
Like, you're just loud because you understand that we have no soundproofing currently. So
it is what it is.
When you get too loud, you start to echo.
Echo.
No, don't lean into it and keep doing it. It's a terrible sound. It's not good for the people.
Hey, listen.
So,
oh gosh,
the new thing that she hasn't been privy to, and we're gonna do it a little bit like this. Which is, they told me it's dangerous to go alone. So I choose you guys.
This whole thing is just filled with so many great surprises.
Yeah, that's one of my new things. Shout out to G Money. What's good, my guy? Like I said, we're live. So come and join us if you want to be a part of all of the fun festivities. And today, like I said, we're talking about life in another world. Mm-hmm. The widespread anime genre that is taking over everything.
Literally everything. Every time we turn around, there's another one. There's another one.
So we have a couple that I think you want to talk about. But the bigger thing that I wanted to do that we were having a discussion over dinner about is we wanted to you were talking about how you don't like the general idea of reincarnation.
Well,
and then that. So I wanted that's what we're about to talk about.
Okay,
we're gonna set those standards.
Yeah.
So
Let's talk.
the general question was basically, would you want to be reincarnated in another world? Mm-hmm. And your response was,
heck no, no, most certainly not.
Yeah, I understand.
No,
I understand.
No. Okay.
My response was, it depends on what type of reincarnation we're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If we're gonna go isekai,
what other kind of reincarnation is there if not for isekai? Since we're putting it within the context of anime.
What type in that subgenre is what I'm saying. So there are different types of isekais in the sense that, so like I said, you're reborn in another place and you have all your memories of who and what you were beforehand.
Generally speaking, yes.
And then there's just the general reincarnation, like you were once someone, but you are no longer that someone anymore. Mm-hmm. We've also kind of dealt with that. So I said, if I was born, knowing what I know, I'm cool with that. I mean, if it's like all based on karma, it's just, I don't know about that.
I mean, I was saying my point that I made was that I wouldn't want to be reborn into another world that was like this one. Like, no, those of you who have followed us, what we believe, or if you've listened to us on Bible Study,
come over here.
You know what we believe.
So we don't cut her off.
My
we'll work that out.
Perspective on the concept of like an isekai in general. Will you figure out where you're gonna put the chat? Just working this out right now.
Come on, Chad. Sit in between us, Chad.
Oh, yeah.
Not high school D&D.
Oh, high school D. Yeah, no, that might be fun. But I wouldn't want to do it because here's my thing. I don't want to be in another world that's anything like this, in a sense that we're still surrounded by the same like potential horribleness. Like I don't want to be in another world where I'm still going to probably get stabbed, eaten by a monster, killed, or any number of other issues. Even if I was born into a house of like, but if with high school DxD, like even with that, like I don't know, man. I just they're very specific.
Zombies?
No, who would want to be in a zombie apocalypse is what I'm saying. So like none of these options sound good to me. I don't want to make any weird deals with deities about hey, if you kill this person or you're getting ahead of what I'm saying? Like I'm just saying.
Giving out premises.
I'm sorry, I apologize, but that's
okay. So let's do
nothing
this.
about it is appealing to me.
Calm down, Prima Diva.
I'm cool.
Hey,
I'm calm.
Listen.
Calm down. Like just chill.
Everything about it sucks though.
Chill. Level up.
I'm trying.
So let's do it this way.
Yeah.
In anime, is there a world that you would personally like to be reincarnated in? Is there a world you would pick? And I can respond and answer of my own volition.
Oh, I thought you were going to like answer for me or something.
No.
You don't have a guess?
I don't have an answer.
You don't have any guess at all of all the worlds that we've seen, which one I'd be okay with reincarnating in?
Fairy tale, I guess?
No, there's no reincarnation in fairy tale.
Okay.
I mean, in terms of isekais. I'm talking about isekais, period.
Ma'am, we're not picking isekais.
I'm
saying, in general, is there an anime world you would like to be reincarnated in? Can you follow along?
No, I'm with you.
Am I moving too fast?
No, it's just that I was narrowing it down to isekais to make it easier, right? I was narrowing it down to the isekais to make it easier.
Thank you.
But now you've just... maybe Sailor Moon. I'd probably go there because I feel like I have a better chance of staying alive.
There are so many worlds you could choose.
I know, but every single one of them sounds bad. Like I could do My Life as a Villainess. I could probably do Ascendance of a Bookworm, but
like if I'm trying to do
sound really bad.
If I'm trying to do what you're trying to do, which is like pick the cushiest world,
yes,
I would just personally end up picking Food Wars.
Hey, here we go.
Like, because then I get to like be Iron Chef with amazing cooking skills, and then I know if my cooking is amazing because clothes pop off.
Because wow, that does sound exactly like where you would want to be.
No, I just want to know my cooking is flames.
That's what I'm saying. So good flames that clothes pop off.
Yeah. Oh man, I would cook dinner every night for us.
Oh, thank you so much for imagining me in your world where
then
clothes
I
pop
wouldn't
off
even
if you
have
cook.
to. Then I wouldn't even have to. There's no marriage begging. You
No,
just gotta
what?
Chop it up. Here, baby. Here's
Marriage
some
begging.
ramen noodles.
Oh, you know what though? Speaking of, you cook or someone cooking. I'd be cool with what were we talking about earlier? The one with the cocktails.
Love is a cocktail.
Yeah. I mean, even though that's like all of these are like worlds that are like parallel, similar.
Doesn't really count.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Because that's like just regular life.
Exactly.
Like that's how you live now.
It's like the devil, you know. You know what I'm saying? Like I know it's here.
I don't know.
I don't want to. I'm just the concept.
I don't know you, sir. I
don't know you,
I
Satan.
apologize. I've never met you in my life.
I'm sorry to this man. No.
I'm sorry to this man.
But seriously though, if you could, I don't know, if you could go anywhere, where would you want to go? For real, honestly.
I mean,
I just realized I lied.
As crazy as it is going to sound, and it's gonna sound crazy.
Okay, I'm here for it.
I'm going Bleach.
Bleach. Why Bleach?
Because I just want to see what my Zanpakuto would be. And
Oh my God, that's not necessarily. I mean, that's kind of like that parallel kind of world.
But
too,
I mean,
though.
but it really would be probably something like Food Wars. Like if that's how we like cooked, and it's like the same kind of thing. Because I'm presuming all of these things exist under the same context. Also, shout out to Cheddar. Young G Money again was saying he wants to be an initial D and let me risk my life down the mountain at 100 miles an hour. Which, if you don't know about Initial D, it's like a drifting anime that was basically Fast and the Furious way before Fast and the Furious. And because Initial D was one of the like older mangas that ran, and the anime is pretty old, and it was just about racing culture, and it is. That is hilarious.
See, but I think also the beautiful thing about what you guys are talking about now is that your library, your mental library of anime that you've watched is much more vast than mine, right? So of the anime that I've watched, no, not by choice. Or
you watch things very slowly.
I do.
So again,
because I ingest a lot of different things,
and
so I'm constantly watching a whole lot of stuff.
And
so
then you get tired, and you're like,
no. I get like either something really emotional will happen. Either way, go, and I need a break. Okay, that's the point. But that said, think about the anime that I've actually watched. It's either Fairy Tail or it's Future Diaries. So none of that sounds great.
That's your bad.
No, you're right.
Like I can't.
I mean, Assassination Classroom maybe, but mainly because the assassination aspect sounds kind of interesting. If I'm doing it, you know
what your luck would be.
What? My luck? Oh gosh, don't tell me what my luck would be.
Would be. You'd get stuck in a Kame Got Killed.
Oh my God, you're so
because
mean.
Because you haven't watched it until you finish watching it.
That's cruel.
If that's where
that
we're
is
going,
cruel.
until you finish
where
watching
I'd be in
that's where
Kame Got Killed? I'd be hiding in a corner. Okay, hiding in a corner, and never be found. I'm gonna hide under a table till they can't find me.
Y'all, the chat is
fan
live.
service animes are something else, dude. They are ooh. Oh my gosh. And now we got to get to talking about the anime because we got to talk about the fan service in one of the animes.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, let's do that because I was like, what are y'all? Wow, we're going.
But I guess it will be that. But the other thing that we talked about with isekais is they all run under 3 different sets currently,
like sports stuff.
So the first set is the main character that we're going to be following dies.
Obviously, you got to die somewhere.
The second aspect of that is it's a school class, or it's a
large group of people.
I think classroom.
I was gonna say most cases you raise classroom of some sort.
It's a classroom with some kids,
or a whole school,
or maybe a whole school.
Yeah.
And then lastly, it's I think I forgot. It's like you die, it's that, and then
I mean, some entity. Generally speaking, the idea is like some entity just pulls you into this other place,
or there's like a gaming thing involved, yeah.
Right, or there's a gaming thing. Like there's some kind of
Jumanji
situation,
pulled, or you just get pulled.
Yeah,
and it doesn't matter what, but like it's either death, some kind of classroom or whatever, or a combination of these three aspects. So it's been kind of running tired because no one's been able to kind of do it differently other than the ones that started it. Like, so ReZero will always stand above the rest for me.
Me too. Y'all know we love ReZero. Love it. Love it. And even though we know it gets a lot of hate.
Where?
It gets I've noticed there's like a love-hate relationship with ReZero.
Where? Like, where?
With some of the conversations, the people that I've been talking to.
Who?
You know who I've been talking to. People younger than me.
Okay, so like what?
The point is, it takes them a little while to get into it.
Not the Cleveland show.
That would actually, that would be okay. I'd take that over. I can make a kill any day of the week. Okay, and twice on Sunday. I'd totally take that world.
And even a bear.
So okay. Don't do it.
I couldn't do it. Loretta.
No. Stop yourself. Okay, so yeah. So back to it.
Okay.
Bro can't focus right now. He's stuck in. He really wants to go to the Cleveland show now.
Oh, dude, this is all Garrett's fault. But anyway, yeah, so isekais going to a whole another world.
Yeah.
I guess we can start with these. So we'll talk about
do you want to give your general opinion about like the current state of like isekais in general?
There's too many, and the kings of it don't come out a lot. So Rise of the Shield Hero, Flames, Fuego, was reincarnated as a slime, Fuego. I just we were just watching it. I can't think of the name of it. Rise of the Shield Hero. Oh, ReZero.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy. I don't know how I forgot ReZero.
It was 5 seconds ago.
But ReZero would be like 3, and those are the kings of it to me, because at least Isekai and Reincarnated as a Slime were running at the same time initially, because the second season of ReZero in the director's cut and Reincarnated as a Slime were running at the same time. And
there were like a number of other like isekais out at that time that I think we were aware of, like that the Goblin Slayer thing, which we talked
Goblin
about
Slayer,
before.
I don't think was an isekai.
Which one was, whichever one where like it was a group of friends and they ended up in this forest. I think that was that not
no. That was not Goblin Slayer. That was I don't remember what that one was. We watched that one like on Prime or something.
Yeah, it must have been. We watched like one episode, and we were like, no. You watched 2, because remember at the end of that one episode, I was like, no, this is finna go left, and you were like, nah, I think it'd be fine. You went back and watched it and said, no, it went left. It went left
because the kids like they were out and like fighting,
and the girl got stuck in that. Yep.
No. I don't remember what happened, but it didn't get Goblin Slayer bad. I don't remember it getting Goblin Slayer bad.
Okay, but so
we'll have to check that out.
There's a lot of them. It's kind of what do they say, oversaturated with isekais right now, just a little bit.
So that's my current thought, is that there's just, let me scoot up because I forget. If you lean back too much currently with these mics, then like the echo, like my mic is still picking me up, but then it ends up sounding really, really weird audio wise.
We'll fix it soon.
And my voice is too sexy for that. My voice,
indeed,
too sexy for the.
Yeah,
too sexy.
What?
I'm like remixing the.
You're remixing on the fly
of Drake's song. I'm remixing the remake of Too Sexy, because obviously I'm old enough to know that it's a remake. Most of y'all are not.
Just putting yourself out there. I respect that, man.
It is what it is. My age is my age.
Yes, it is.
Also, shout out, on my music group. Just because it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is.
But yeah, so I know I lost my train of thought being silly.
We were gonna get into the actual.
Oh yeah, so go ahead and go give the name for the first one.
So we're starting here, or we're starting over here?
That one. That's
okay,
the one you want to get into. That's not the one that's currently clicked, ma'am.
Okay, the one that's currently clicked.
That's
yes.
that You follow instructions. I said not the one that's currently clicked, and you go
the one you said.
No, we're not starting with that one. We're starting with the other one, the one that you teased.
Okay, this is the one
that's
I
not
teased.
the one. Okay, I'm just gonna. That's the one you teased. You initially you don't even know what you teased. You said and one of them has a whole gorilla.
Oh no, that was before
it.
that was before the stream started, man.
Whatever you
I didn't say anything about that when the stream started. I talked about making deals to get somebody killed. That's what I said.
I'm gonna start letting you do this, but currently your producing skills, like I would.
He keeps jumping me, man.
You would get fired.
That's fine. Look,
I'm
a first time audio producer.
No,
I don't know anything. Yes, I am. I produce movies.
I
don't produce.
This is always a movie, baby. This is epic.
Oh, you right.
Hollywood, Hollywood Icarus. I almost did my old school name.
Okay.
My street name.
So we're gonna start with this
when I was in these streets.
We're gonna start
with the stupid one, then we'll get weird, and then we'll get to what we enjoy.
Okay, sure, yes.
It gets weird. Like, what do you?
You got that, fam.
In terms of the order, I'm talking about if you go first, last, and then what?
Yeah, I figured that's what you were going for.
So I didn't know.
Okay.
Because it gets weird.
All right, so the first one is the fruit of evolution. I don't know if you guys have seen this on
the fruit of evolution. Before I knew it, my life had it made.
Yes, that's it. That's the full title.
There you are.
Thank you.
I'm helping you.
I was reading the bigger words.
No, I got that.
Okay, cool.
And I'm just helping
long as you know. So so that's the one we're starting with.
So this one, okay, here's the plot. And this is why I said I'm so sick of they did everything that we've seen in So What? I'm a spider, so what?
Yeah.
Just poorly. Now we're gonna watch 2 more episodes. It was only the first episode. Our rule, and so should be your rule that you apparently got from the kids that you teach somewhere, which is watch 3 episodes before you quit.
No, I got that from the Facebook anime groups that we're a part of.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yes.
So not the kids.
No, definitely not them. But what happened was there were a lot of people out there that were saying, anime that they thoroughly disliked, seen 1 episode and did not like it. And everyone on the comments were like, dude, we all know you're supposed to wait till episode 3. You watch 3 episodes, then you make your decision. We couldn't watch 3 episodes of this because there weren't 3 out at the time. I don't think there are now.
No, it's still just 1. So we're just going to break this down. So here's what happens. There's a guy. Mm-hmm. He's apparently fat. Mm-hmm. He calls himself fat, a loser, and he also calls himself ugly.
When we meet him. No, I'm tell him when we meet him, where is he?
On the floor.
On the floor. In his classroom.
From getting beat up.
Yes, just happened.
And then the god of whatever this world is comes in. Like I said, they just do all this stuff poorly. It's like, hey, I just want you guys to know, I'm going to reincarnate you guys to another world here in about 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. So while you're doing that, break off into groups and pick who you want to be with. Because that's what we're going to do.
He tells them if they break off into groups, they'll have a better chance of survival. So, Of course, he's on the ground. Everyone is like, oh, what's happening? Should we group up? So they start grouping up. He gets up.
He's like, hey, does anybody want to be in my group? No.
Like, can I?
And then they transport everyone. He's like, oh, there was 1 left? Like, what kind of god are you?
Now, wait. Now, I do want to point out something that we kind of glossed over. I always want to say glazed over, glossed over. Maybe I just want a donut. I don't know. I don't know. So he's on the ground. When the person who's like on the...
Listen.
I don't know. But anyway, when the person gets on the microphone, right? Or he gets on the intercom. He gets on the no. He was in the intercom. That's where it was coming from. So he gets on uses his voice somehow, announces through the intercom because it does a close up on the intercom. It does a close up on the intercom, so it's coming from.
I feel like if we rewatch, this would just be a recreation.
You be the judge, okay? Anyways, so close up on the intercom, he's saying, "You guys sit down."
How you gonna say you be the judge?
Talking to the viewers,
then
to the listeners.
Then stop using like your viewpoint. Just say he talks to them and let them see how he talked to them.
Can I finish my point?
If you stop saying,
I'm gonna finish my point. Because that's where it was.
No.
Okay, we're going to rewatch right after this. I promise you. Okay.
Fine.
So anyway, so the person is talking to them. He says, "Hi, I'm what you may know as a god. Sit down." Because they're all standing up and around right at this point. He makes them sit down. And the boy is like, he's still on the ground. Like, why am I not being affected? What's going on? So when he actually zaps the other people to the other world and he's the only one that's by himself, he's like, that's what's even a little funnier about him. Like, oh.
It was like, oh,
what are you doing here?
Well, since you're still here, I'll give you one extra skill. He's like, and y'all can choose a skill. I think he said they could choose a skill.
Yeah, you could choose. One skill.
I don't remember if I'm mixing that with the other one, but either way,
I was gonna say 3.
He just told him he was gonna give him an extra one. No, that's definitely the other one, the next one.
Yes.
And it was 5
for him
on that one.
Yeah, exactly.
So what they end up doing, like. They transfer this dude to another world.
Yeah.
Like, and he's been there for a little while, I guess. I
think it was
hungry.
like 3 days.
Not there. We're not there yet. Hold on.
Okay.
Just hold on. I'm building the scene.
Build it. Go for it.
So he's hungry.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to find food.
Mm-hmm.
So he's sneaking around. Well, the first thing he finds is there's this fruit on the ground. And the fruit says he's able to assess it because in these new isekais, they all have like a RPG menu screen where they can assess what an item is. So he assesses the item. He's like, well, what is this? And it's like the fruit of evolution. And he eats it and he immediately throws up.
Yeah, it's gross.
And he's like, this is gross. And they cut to him having finished eating it. And he just makes a comment, well, it was gross, but it helped my, satiate my hunger, which is stupid to me because normally, like, if you're going to do that kind of thing, they at least show what it is that they're eating and or that they're eating it. Like, especially in I'm a Spider, So What? Like,
yeah. She was very aware.
What she went through.
Yeah.
So we do that, right? And he's like, oh, that was terrible, but all right. So then he walks around and he's sneaking around and he sees these monkeys that have more of that fruit and healing potions.
Yeah, I was gonna say one of them's over there making something. He's got like the little mortar and pestle, like the rolling one.
And he looks like his classmates. The 3 of them look like his classmates.
That's what he thought. He was like, I bet those are the mean kids
that were just mean to him. So they leave. He raids them, like steals all their stuff, and is supremely happy about it. Like, it's not even like, oh, we sympathize like with you. It's just like, dog, that's terrible.
I mean, he in the wild by himself. It's important to note that, again, he is in the wild by himself. There is literally no other human being around as far as we know. There's no other people. It's just him and these random monkeys.
Yeah.
And he's like... what is he gonna do? He has no reputable skills as far as we know.
True, but he doesn't feel like he has anything. He's always exhausted and tired. So anyway, he runs off, and then the monkey shows up, and they're like,
"Run me!"
Punches the crap out of him, and he was able to dodge or something like that.
No,
or he got hit the first time, but then he like healed himself. Anyway, so then he's about to die.
The
monkey
about to
runs
eat
up
him.
on him. And
say it.
His BO like leaks out from his arms and kills the enemy. And it breaks down neatly into loot or whatever, which is another thing that some of these guys do with the loot system of when you defeat these enemies,
they become
loot.
Some sort of valuable something.
And so he does that, and we'll skip to it because I really don't want to give this whole thing a review currently because I'm not in here for it. Yeah. So fast forward, he ends up fighting like some stronger enemies, and lastly, he ends up fighting this pink gorilla who he keeps calling a guy. It's like,
but
I'm
it has
a girl.
A flower in. No, it never actually says it's a girl.
She does.
He asks, "Are you a girl?" And she never says anything about it.
No, she says yes when he said, "Well, that's a girl's name," and then he says something about like, "Don't blush like that. Like, don't blush like you're a pretty girl." And then she's like, "Pretty girl."
Yeah, like
and
yeah.
And then he's like, "Don't." What? And they have like this banter back and forth, which that is funny, but. And that's pretty much how the episode ends.
Well, no, that's not how you don't want to tell what the actual ending was? I'll tell it.
Not really. Just no.
Let me tell it. I got to tell it.
No, you don't.
Mainly because I'm looking. Look at this. Look at this poster. I wish I could bring it over here for you guys.
So basically, how the episode starts is he wakes up and then there's a naked red-haired girl in front of him, which of course because my manga senses. I'll figure out something that rhymes with Spidey sense. My anime Spidey sense was tingling, and I was like, "That's the girl, or that's the gorilla." Like I don't know how it happens, but that's the gorilla.
If you go ahead.
Go ahead. No.
I was gonna say, and if you look at the actual poster for the show, it literally has him there as his uglier self, because you'll notice like as you watch the episode, you'll see his evolution start. So you'll see him there as his like original self. It literally has a picture of that and an arrow to him. And then as her, there's a picture of the gorilla and an arrow to her. Like, that's her.
Yeah,
no question about it. They don't want you to guess. It's totally her.
And it's just like, immediately I was like, oh, this seems so stupid. I was like, I don't know what they're doing here, but this looks so stupid. Yeah. Or oblong coconuts. They look like football coconuts.
Yes. That you can bite right
apparently,
into.
Yeah, he didn't
like
peel around. Like it looked like it was a nut that you needed to crack.
Or at least something you should maybe peel or cut open in some way. He just bit that thing like it was an apple, and I was like, oh.
And then like threw up in a disgusting. Like it's like
just like it opens his mouth.
Like like there's no way you're gonna finish that. That's that one. That's really crappy. Let's go to the next one, which is the world's finest assassin gets reincarnated into another world as an aristocrat, which at this point, they can't even think of like
better names. So
like,
I'm a Spider, So What was great.
So I'm a Spider, So What.
That's a great name.
Rise of the Shield Hero.
Great name.
Because it's literally not about
Ascendance
the
of
reincarnation. Great. ReZero starting life in another world
like,
is better, but that. Like.
But yeah,
I mean, it's more on the nose, but still.
I mean, maybe if we heard it in Japanese, it'd be better.
Probably, maybe. I'm sure it would be.
Much better. But in English,
Saiko no anasu susha isekai kizuko ni tensei.
Oh, you're reading the. I was like, what are you?
Ni tensei
reading the kanji? No.
Ni tensei suru. Don't even do it. Just don't.
I'm not going to. No, I'm not crazy. No, I was just looking through it.
Like you were going to try it.
I was not.
You were going to try
not
it.
Not in the least.
I heard it. Mm-hmm. You were going to try it.
So this particular one, I'd say is maybe a step up, maybe from...
No, it's a step up.
From
because
the one
the
we were
first
just
episode, we were definitely... From the first episode look, we were like, I'm down for this. So enter old... assassin guy. We're gonna go through the first two episodes on why we were in and out, but we're gonna go through it quickly.
Yeah.
Old guy, assassin, really great, has always been an assassin since he was a kid, has no emotions, always follows orders. He's gotten old. He realizes he's gotten old. So he's like, okay, this will be my last mission because I've probably gotten too old. There are people that are faster than me, and I'm just gonna, go off into I'm gonna train other assassins.
Yeah.
So he has a young assassin with him on a mission, and once they've completed their mission, he's like, why don't we wipe the rest of these folks out? I was like, because that's not what they said to do. They just told us to do this. Like, he follows orders to a T. He is basically emotionless. He begins to train the girl a bit because she has naive thoughts about what it is to be an assassin, and he's kind of telling her.
She's super heady. Like, she's super headstrong.
And, he just shows her the difference in them as is off the case with a young and an older person. They get on a plane, realize that the organization that he works for is not going to let him
retire, even though he wanted to go and work for them. Like
it's not like they kept eyes on him.
Yeah.
So they kill him and the girl.
They kill the whole plane.
The whole plane. Just to kill him.
Just
because they knew his guard would be down or whatever. And then he wakes up with this goddess who says, well, that's like literally the first episode is,
you skipped the show.
I've done a better breakdown on one of the older episodes.
Yeah, so we can go back out. Yeah, we can skip on that.
But anyway, so then in the next episode, which kind of explains where they were in the first episode, there's a guy that's talking to him saying, hey, you can be reincarnated. Like sometimes when people are reincarnated, their souls are wiped. They don't know anything. But you know everything. I have a request of you. Can you kill the hero of this world? And, you know, you need to do so in...
do you remember?
In basically 18 years.
That's it.
But it's 18 years after the hero has saved the world from the Demon King or something like
Demon
that.
King. Yeah.
So when they do that or when they set that up, we're like, oh, okay, cool. I get it. She tells him he can pick 5 attributes. You know, most people only get 3 or something like that or something she said.
And it's not like she's changing his like being. He's still going to be a human. Yeah. So he's getting the best attributes available to humans, even though he's going up against.
The hero gets way more attributes.
Yeah, the hero is like human plus or something. He's like,
or something
you know, said. Maybe right beneath a god or something. I don't know.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And so... Anyway, let's just get to the weird stuff. So he's born into this family of assassins.
Yes.
This royal family of assassins. And immediately starts off kind of cool. Like his mom is funny and his dad's kind of quirky. He's out hunting. We're like, oh, okay, this is cool. So then his dad was like, hey, meet me down in the training room. Which again,
after
we're
dinner.
like, okay, cool. Because he cooked dinner. Like, of course, he's like... Because he's so smart, he's like figured out the nutrients and things. He's like training like an athlete. He's like, I got to make sure I get all my protein. So I'm going to make a stew. We're going to use this because this is like this.
Got, blah,
blah, blah.
Deer.
So they go
whatever.
into the office or they show us and they transition to the office, scene transition.
It's a dungeon, by the way. The training room is in a dungeon.
He is now naked.
No, he comes in and his dad tells him to undress. He says yes, and he strips all the way down. Now I'm thinking, oh, he's about to put on his training clothes.
And then it's just like
no,
then he
said
naked. First stance. And his dad has this weird look on his face that is like super creepy. And he's doing like yoga or like these Da Vinci poses.
Actually, okay, so initially it looked like ballet poses, but honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, I think it was bodybuilder poses because some of the ways that he put his arms and he's positioned his legs, it looked to be to show because he explains that right, like it's to show like the way his muscles are developing.
First thing we're sitting up here watching is like. What kind of weird stuff is his dad into?
Yeah, we're like, wait a minute, where
did this turn, and why is this what y'all want to show?
What kind of service is this?
So he about to kill his dad for all of this molestation and
his
abuse.
Dad seems so cool. So, and as he's coming down, it doesn't help that he's like, oh, but there's another side to my dad. We were like, what side is this?
Wait a minute. He was just like, he's an assassin. Like,
oh, okay, cool.
And then why did you naked? Say that? Like, and why are you naked? So then he's naked? Like, man, your muscles are developing nicely.
Because he has to. So he comes over. He runs his hand down his side to see how I think his abdominal muscles are progressing. Oh, so you see,
Hey, Garrett, if you're still in the room, funny enough, like unfollow and follow me so you can see what I've done with my what am I trying to say here?
Your overlay.
My
intro.
The sub alerts, my alerts. Because cool alerts happen over here at Gray Area Anime, which you can come to at twitch.tv/Icarus_Gray if you want to be live.
Ah, that's so cool.
Appreciate you, Gary.
I hadn't seen it yet. It looks great. Yes, thank you. So yeah, Dad's filling him up, checking out his muscles.
It is so weird. And Dad was not.
Dad is filling him up, and then later on in the episode.
So then we flash forward to now he's having dinner or lunch or a snack with his mom, and his mom is like,
"Yeah, there's more stuff that happens, but we're not going to give all that away."
Hey,
the teacher is coming now, right? So the teacher's coming.
Facts.
So we will.
So the teacher. Somebody's coming to teach him magic, and he's gotten some cool things, some upgrades that are passed down from his family. And man, we've been going for 40 minutes. That's how fast this stuff goes.
Keep going.
Okay, so, bruh, like she basically invites him to nurse again.
Oh yeah, she's like, you're getting so much older. I can't do anything for you anymore. And she's feeding him because he's recovering from the upgrades. We'll say that
from the surgery. He had a surgery.
I said upgrades. I wasn't gonna give the surgery away.
Surgery.
Okay, fine.
You're not giving anything away by saying.
Anyway,
surgery.
So she's feeding him and she's excited about it. And in the excitement, she's like, you should just start nursing again. Do you want to nurse? And so she pulls her like the front of her dress down a little bit and pushes his face in there like this.
I'm not saying that.
Dude, but yes, that's what's going on. It's like, what are we talking about right now? This dude is, at this point, he's like 11 years old and you were trying to find a way to nurse him again.
So then he runs off like, Dad, save me. So then they're going to introduce the person that's supposed to train him how to use magic. And here's the last thing that happened in the episode that made us be like,
Who is this show for?
Bro, you only got one more episode for us watching. Oh, here's the other thing that was weird. When his dad, when he stripped down and his dad was checking his physique or whatever to see, then make sure he was developing nicely or whatever, they chose to super animate his nipples.
Oh, I didn't even look at the nipples.
And it was
I couldn't
weird.
even do it. I was
looking like
everywhere.
In a way, if I felt like, yo, this feels dirty. Like
you felt dirty just seeing his nipples. It's just not right.
If you go back and we're gonna go back.
I'm not gonna look at those nipples.
If we got to go back and watch to see the intercom, we're going back and watching that.
I'm not looking at the nipples.
You are.
I'm not.
But anyway, so he needs to meet this person.
And mom's too excited.
So she picks him close from. So they flash to another scene. He is now dressed fully like a woman.
He's got like the whole with the bonnet.
Like a whole dress on.
Bows and ribbons. And he's like, these are girls' clothes. She says, but you look so cute.
And he's like, I'm not going to wear these. And she was like...
He tries to change his clothes back.
But yes, you are.
She picks up his clothes like, no. Like, runs out of the room with them.
And we immediately think that this is going to be... Like, okay, he's going to change. Like, she's just having a fit. And no...
He totally agrees.
And there was no...
The teacher.
And there was... And the thing that makes it weird is there's no funny air about it. Like, she's doing funny stuff... But he's not.
They are completely serious
still
about this.
Cold-hearted assassin. So
yes.
They're not even mirroring one another, right? So then the person comes and like they're about to start training or whatever in the next episode. But we're like, okay, that was weird. Like I don't know. Like first episode, I don't know
what direction they're going in right now.
Like, I don't know who their demographic is.
I don't know if it's me.
I don't know. It might be Garrett. I think Garrett like is here for the MMs.
We might see some more of that. I don't know. Hopefully,
probably. I'm pretty sure.
I'm just waiting on them to get to the goods. Like, and those are not the goods
they had
I want to see.
A full opportunity in episode 1 to go.
Oh yeah, they could have. They could have totally given us like
and so that's
weird
what we
vibes
were like,
then. So
okay.
I guess maybe there is a line that they're not gonna cross. But you guys, like I said, you watch it.
You should check it out.
You tell us.
All right, now let's get to the good one, so we can, give y'all something that we actually like for you to watch. Which the second one may turn out to be good because we do still think it was good.
Yeah.
So it's Sere Gensuki Spirit Chronicles.
I call it Spirit Chronicles.
Whatever.
Because
you
suck. Yeah.
I know it's okay.
But yes, it's very, very good. This is one of the few ones that I actually was able to get him into just a few moments ago that is not a Kame ga Kill.
So I'm just going to give y'all a brief summary on this one because this one we actually want y'all to watch.
Yeah.
And plus, once we finish with the first season, which I think I have 8 more episodes to go, we'll do like a season breakdown.
Provided they don't come back and tell me what happened. I really wish they would just go ahead and release the next episode, but maybe it's on hiatus.
But I also think it's a light novel. I knew that. So
it is.
And if you check my last episode that I did on Wednesday, the refresher, which you can find in the Twitch analog, and it'll be uploaded to YouTube at some point. I do an anime refresher course on manga, anime, light novels, how they're all connected, blah blah blah.
Right.
Check that out. I have to do that now. All this promotion.
Yeah, I'll take some of that off your hands
At some point.
at some unknown distant point.
Hey, listen.
So about this show,
So I'm just gonna give a general breakdown.
go for it.
So basically, there's reincarnation. So you start with the main character, Haruto Makama. So we'll just call him Haruto. Haruto is talking with his friend Mio.
When they're kids, like it starts off with this promise.
Yeah.
So
the promise is, thank you. The promise is, like his parents are getting a divorce, so they had to like split, and they're not going to be around each other anymore. And he's like, hey,
I think they were neighbors and best friends.
So like the next time I see you, we're going to get married.
Yeah. He says, I'm going to come back for you. I'm going to marry you. And then we never have to be apart. And I think, I don't know how little they are, but they're little kids. They're at this point.
So so she says yes. And then they flash forward to, they don't tell you how old he is at the time, but he's on a bus. The bus like isn't paying attention or something. Basically,
I don't know what the driver was doing.
They drive onto a train track, get hit by a train, and like I was telling you earlier, death.
What a way to go.
So then he's reincarnated as this kid, Rio, who is a kid from the slums. And as he's reincarnated, he starts to kind of get his memory, but at the same time, it's not like he's Haruto anymore to him. In his mind, he says, I am Rio. I just exist with these memories as well.
So can I?
If you're going to be short.
Yeah. Okay. So I wanted to just.
We're trying to I want to keep this one vague because I want people to watch it, and we're going to do it.
I was just going to say, I think it's interesting. And one thing that I was mentioning before about why I like this one, the way that they went about this, because it's clear that Rio had a life before Haruto entered it, or memories or thoughts or anything like that entered it. He already had life going on. So that's one of the things that I really like. Usually with isekai, they start off either themselves, right? They like Subaru. He comes to this new world as Subaru. He doesn't change it to another person. Or they are born knowing everything, right? This dude had not only been born in this world, lived a life, not known any of that, but now he's getting these dreams, or now he's having this realization. So
yeah. And that's the series. That's all I'm giving you.
Yeah.
Because there's so much more, because
it's really fun.
It ends up being a thing where it seems as though everyone that was on the bus has been reincarnated into this world some kind of way. And they all have their own motivations and things that they want to do, things that they're bringing to that world. Yeah. Like I said, they're bringing in some of the best aspects of a lot of different animes, which I think is really, really cool. And yeah,
I'm looking forward to
something
seeing
that I think you guys should check out.
The
only reason I'm vague with stuff that I think y'all should check out.
Yeah,
and we're pretty vague with the other two, which are suggestions that I think you should watch. But the Isekai train is not going to stop, apparently.
Oh no, it is.
And I really just want for all the things that I love to come back. So I need for Rising of the Shield Hero to get season 2.
Yes, please.
Sooner than later.
Yes.
I need Reincarnated as Slime to come back, even though I know it just went away, that I was late in terms of watching it. ReZero needs to come back so I don't have to read for a while.
And yeah, because I'm ahead of him with the reading. Y'all.
For once.
Y'all.
And by choice. So, yeah. So with that, I think we've done a good job.
I think so too for our first stream. High five, friend.
This is our second stream.
I mean, it's like our first official stream, like where we did a full episode.
True that, and pretty long one for y'all at that.
Yeah, to start. I don't know if that's how long these will be moving forward, but
I mean, maybe
good content.
Maybe not. Who knows?
We'll find out. We'll see.
And then we'll find another, like we'll have an overlay, so we'll find another place for the chat. So don't like when you're seeing this on YouTube later, don't like don't let it bother you too much. I mean I can do this, but like then we can't see the chat.
And that would be sad. So let's not do that.
You know. Yeah. So we're gonna like I know it just I'm doing too much. Mm-hmm. Because technically now I removed the chat and there would need to be more chatting for it to reset. But anyway, do your thing and then I'm going to do my new thing.
Oh my gosh, it's been so long. I barely remember it. If you would like to get in touch with us, you can follow us on Twitter, I believe, and Instagram at Gray Area Anime.
And Twitter is Gray Area Anime.
And one.
There you
right?
are.
Yeah, I was going to say Gray Area Anime 1. It's Gray Area Anime on Facebook and Instagram. And of course, if you would like to send us any suggestions, comments, or things that you would like us to check out or review on the show, you can email us at grayareaanime@gmail.com.
And also make sure if you enjoyed this content that you like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell icon so that way you can get notified for every time that we go live with a video on YouTube. If you're following us on Twitch, twitch.tv/Icarus_Gray, their notifications are already in there, so you'll get notified every time that we go live. I go live Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays.
Yes.
Monday and Tuesday from noon to 1, and then Wednesday I go live, record an episode and get off. But majority of the time I record an episode in the first 30 minutes and then I talk with you guys for the next 30. On Wednesdays, it's a little bit slower. So we just record the episode and then I get out. And then I'll eventually format a schedule to where Prima Diva will be doing some streams with me as well. So be on the lookout for that. And until next time, a 1 and a 2 and a peace.